What's going down, M7 community? And M7 News is back. So, as you can see, I did unfortunately web swing into the future here, where 5.9 accidentally got overlooked. They released it like faster than I had thought it was going to be for the 1.6, but here I am. So going in between those and switching over what should hopefully be the web browser of our choice. There it is. Let's go ahead and get down to it. Now we can really briefly go to here and like again, Hello Gaming is really forthright with just now being cool with community events. So this is just going to be like the skim over is Polo and Nada, and you can kind of see in my picture was Salty Nada of freaking moments. Polo just looks so salty. But there's some cool stuff that they introduced. Cool helmets. And like a lot of the community was very happy with what No Man's Sky has been bringing up to the table. Now, I got some feedback from a lot of community members, like for myself, being absent and like, oh, that's a really cool picture. Whoa. Um, but yeah, like there was a lot of opportune moments where I was really going to sink my teeth into understanding like what I missed. But this is really cool to come back to all those pictures right there. But yeah, that's 1.59 right there. So let's go ahead and back out. We'll start the whole point of PS4, which is probably the same thing. It's a broad spectrum now. And again, there's a lot of community updates. So it's Specialist Polo has collected all the data that was received. So again, we're going to go into the normal check-in points of what we've gone before. Now, I like this opening shot. This is really beautiful for like a Saturn-styled Arctic border Titan-looking planet, maybe with no like a nitrogen planet. Now that's kind of cool. It looks like a freaking long neck. I think Plesiosaur, I think is the technical name for it. I might be wrong with that. But the gold trophy is pretty cool. Silver and bronze. For travelers, that's related to rare and awe-inspiring. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see here. There's a placeable, portable travelers who will be familiar with two more explorers. Now this is kind of interesting. What's this stuff all about too? Like, looks like the bot got a very cool like workover. A companion robot. That actually makes this game so much more interesting now. A live dashing gesture, like because we needed that. Like comedy to the NMS world was very much lacking, and a cryptic tribal galactic dance was needed. That's the theme right there. Even if you missed some of the previous missions, you can still practice or participate in this week's missions, and even diverse earning Quicksilver soon available. So they're making it really a community events. Like there's a lot of patch overs of what they've done for as far as like I'm digging like all this artwork that is centered around like the future is really grand now. Where like No Man's Sky is starting to like expand point. Like now look at that, the graffiti point. Rewards on that's pretty cool. Like so personalized and like sweet looking. The success and the understandings of Rosetta Stones. Uh but let's see if I can get down to the actual physical like okay, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Patch enables on PS4 and Xbox One tessellation. The terrain tessellation, which is going to be kind of like a more adaptable point that PC saw and that now like consoles will actually be able to enjoy. Adds the ability to customize players, bodies, and shapes and appearance and modifiers. So that's kind of cool. More custom ability, which is really chill. Like I always love how they've kind of introduced like now like a more formatable customization because you really never got to see outside the skeleton of the third person which they introduced, which was pretty cool. It enables a a key blinding for PC players, which is pretty cool. And I like how they delivered now direct like picturization. Like No Man's Sky is literally the place you want to go for the direct patch notes, and that's where I am at right now, where I'm just like pulling them up, and we're all experiencing this together. Fixed an issue that prevents players' base from downloading while exploring. Now that I want to know, kind of like community style. If you've come this far and you're new to the community, or you're already part of the community, and that's something that's like still a troublesome, or something that will be touched on this that didn't get fixed. You know, it's like the best news is the people's news. You know, like the collective populi of like information comes from the, I don't know, like 7 billion people that dwell on here, almost 8 billion nowadays. This lovely Earth. But besides that point, we're playing No Man's Sky and we're here for patch notes. So the dying after falling into space no longer removes items from your inventory. Falling into space is a permadeath and will reset your character into a safe position instead of killing you. So you were in limbo, you very well now have that fixed. So it adds an additional landing pod in the Space Anomaly Atlas Station. Now that's kind of cool because what happens if there's multiple players now inside of there? Now you both can dock in there and it isn't just like a tripped out, probably more than likely bug that I would love to see if someone happened to have a little snapshot of that. If you're new to the community, you can always hit that subscription bell and hit that freaking um, community growth point for like a No Man's Sky. And like I do this regularly for the most part. Like I try to mix it in. There's just been so many good games that have been coming out, so I have to juggle. But like it seems like now as we get down to the fixed list, which is nice to see, that we have a fixed an issue that prevents deleted bases from being created from the teleporter list. Now that sucks. Any new deleted bases will automatically be removed. Existing entries may have to be visited to successfully remove them from the list. So understand there is a stepping stone process with that, and it makes sense. No Man's Sky, sometimes you have to repeat the process. It's almost like DOS. It's really interesting. Water. Best substance on Earth. So it fixed an issue that caused players from teleporters to be returned to their base instead of the teleporter terminal. I think I've had that before actually. It's really weird. It just teleports you somewhere hella random. So that's kind of cool. They fixed that. Introduces a number of optimizations to the audio system to fix the audio glitches. Now I've slightly experienced that, but I haven't experienced it too much. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fan feedback that will follow into that. And it fixes some of the missing audio in the Quicksilver shops. So that one I wasn't really paying attention to, so a lot of people probably were. And this is them ironing out, seems like a lot of like the bug issues. But it fixed an issue that caused the projectiles not to damage some of the objects, which is kind of a bummer, especially when you're trying to get into that like add-on that they caused. You know, it's like that's what you're getting that whole point for. But it fixed an issue that prevents the robotic boots from functioning, so the double tap A activity or the chain boost jump. So now you have those situations. I didn't even know you had those amazing boots that you can like double tap now. It's like some like Castlevania like jump. I'm hoping. I really want to see that now. And added an ability to untag markers, so that's cool. Like sometimes those do get stuck, I've noticed, but I haven't seen it in a good second. Like a lot of patches past tense have fixed a lot of the issues that I experienced for the most part. But I also understand that No Man's Sky is just a game that's riddled with bugs, so you just have to experience it for what it is. It's kind of famous for it, if you really think about it. Let's see here. It fixed an issue that caused the tagged markers to vanish when entering the exocraft. Now that sucks. You really don't know where you're going there. It's like blind. Like, all right, man, go at it, Top Gun. Just do what you're gonna do, Goose. So it's like fixed an issue that caused too few predators to be interested in the hunter or in hunting the player. So it's like now I think they might have amped that up. So now you have a lot more people coming at you. It's kind of what I seem like they're trying to indicate. Fixed an issue that caused a few predators to be interested. Too few. I mean, it makes me think that there's less. Like, but if they ramped it up, we just gotta be careful. Watch our 6. Replace storage containers on freighters to all-purpose storage rooms. Materials have been refunded, and the new blueprints added automatically. Build new rooms to access stored items. That's kind of really neat, though. Add a text chat functionality for the Orb multiplayer on PC. Added a new attack behavior in the biological horror. So now you watch out for this guy as you're trying to get very little Wispine eggs right over there. Now it's gonna be able to shoot and like have a scorpion-looking thing, like some demon Diablo-looking creature you'd see in some labyrinth. Seriously, creature just gives me nightmares. Fixing a number of issues around Polo and Nada and the dialogue on the onboards base anomaly. Now I want to know about those. Really do. I hope some people that watch this have like some insight on that as well, because I really never experienced too much. But I'm wondering what is on out there in the given world. Fixed an issue with the network error in the base building. Very nice, because I had a lot of errors in the base building. Fixed the crash in the base building. I had a lot of those. Fixed the crash in the main menu. I had a lot of those. Fixed it. Okay, there's a lot of fixes that I'm coming back to that I'm a lot happy for. It's like I'm very, very happy. It's very happy. I can only imagine that this fixed list, and we're just going to go down to what it already fixed. So it's inventory system, the multiplayer monuments, the region generation, fixed the number of miscellaneous crashes, added Rich's precedence text for the Steam client. So that's kind of cool. Fixed an issue that caused the discoveries made in the multiplayer session not to immediately sync with other players in the session. Let's see here. An issue that was caused by technology to vanish being repaired. That sucks. That hella sucks. An issue that is caused by valuable repaired ships plus weapons to be low when in trading. And okay, that sucks. Like, you got a jalopy there. We're only gonna give you like 1 space credit. It's like, I know it's not worth way more than that. Let's see here. Fixed an issue that is where the Ugnium was refined into Big Ball. What? What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look that one up later. Replace some duplicated items. Oh, uh-oh. Replace some of the duplicated. I'm assuming that has to go with the freaking refinery thing again. Someone's figured out some way to duplicate stuff as we go down on the freaking chart list here. But let's see here, as it fixed a number of visual glitches and terrain rendering. Now, I wonder if my base is like fixed now, where the monument kept going up and down and taking itself into the grave of the under labyrinth that I've tried to get into. Fixed an issue that caused the timers not to function properly in multiplayer, an issue that could stop bases, parts being deleted and disappearing, players not being inside the objects. That's happened to me. Issues that have caused creatures feeding missions from the mission board to not appear in the logs. Now that's lame. You're not getting momentum forward, so they fixed that. An issue with multiplayer monuments had missing labels. Very lame. Let's see here. An issue where ship summoning was missing a sound. Okay. That at least got fixed. Improved the animation in the varied alien creatures. Alright, cool. Nice. They ramped it up. An issue that caused the multiplayer to rotate out of place in the player's hand. That seems very epically like an epic fail. But at least they had an epic fix for it, hopefully. An issue that prevented players from two-handed multiplayer and melee combo boost. Oh, that kind of sucks. Can't really jump far. I'm assuming that was indicating. And it fixed an issue where the camera changes in the key and appearance in the modifier didn't work on PC. PC has a little bit more of a fix. Removed some of the out data input items from the guide catalog. Okay. Maybe kind of did some spring cleaning a little early, I guess. Fix an issue where the quad walkers showed incorrect information when viewed through the analyzer. Right on. Now we can actually catalog them. Fix a number of collision issues on board freighters. Fixed collision issues with base doorways. That sucks if you couldn't fix a doorway. And it allows the geobay to be built on top of other structures. Adds visualization of terrain, complex caps or base to notify players when no further edits can be saved. Please note, this relates to terrain carved by places, bases, not edit made by terrain multiplayer. Oh, so that's what it is. That's what the whole bug comes from. What they're basically saying right there. And I kind of had to figure out a point of like that might be it. And I'm glad that they came for it right. As I finished this, a system allowed player remodel the base terrain, reclaims the editor's inner process. So if you spend the time of removing it from there, the terrain multiplayer makes sure that now that is never to reappear there, versus if you actually edit it out where you're like quick editing like what I was doing to dig, you cause a glitch because it always wants to fill in that hidden space because it knows that material is supposed to be there rather than removing the terrain naturally with a terrain manipulator. So that's where the bug stems from. I've always wondered where that came from, but no, I understand the stem of it. So the reason why I created a floating monolith was because therefore I dug underneath it. It caused an actual rendering point where it wants to go up, but it has to go down, but then it's connected to another base. It's like I've created the Bermuda Triangle Twilight Zone of freaking like bugs. It's kind of beautiful. But improve the interaction of the camera positioning of the boundary failure objects and fix issues with the continuing spawn after the relevant community events. So, you know, there's a lot of fixes that they made, and it seems like they made a lot of leaps and bounds with like letting people know. So if you have any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears now as like we're finishing the patch notes, and we see this little cuddly creature already there. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to my gameplay now, be able to get down to the last stepping stone of what the physical point is. And this is going to be the episode. Brandon Willer, how are you? Sorry I didn't see all those comments. This game is really great. It's going to be going back. So it was patch notes. I usually do that for like community events, and I've been wanting to get back to this and get back to the community of people that are subscribed to me that are liking this. But now, the fun part is, now the show must start. Now that we've gotten past patch notes, analytically speaking, people here that have clicked this for patch notes have gotten this far to understand that that's what I covered. So now I can go to the episode, which is gameplay. So now I'm very happy to give back to the community members that like this as a game. We're going to play it for a little bit, and then I'm going to switch gears and do some Tomb Raider. So let me go ahead and quickly just select, go in. Now they should be able to hear me. And the cool thing is that this is, since it's No Man's Sky, you're going to be able to hear people that join on Twitch. There's like a voice overlay that the PlayStation allows me to do, which is pretty cool, so I can comment to them really fast. It makes it so much easier as a streamer, but I have to do something really fast I haven't done in a quick second, which I forgot that I need to do. And why did you have to be doing tethering? I totally forgot. When I do this mode, I have to go over here. And this is the only way, literally the only way you can make this work. Otherwise, you don't hear sound. As a streamer, you're just like in a dark abyss with no sound. Alright, so now we have sound. Now No Man's Sky has color. So, and it seems like now that Twitch has its own overlay of point and existence, now I can finally start the show on Facebook Gaming. Go ahead and let that warm up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull open. Okay. Go ahead and send out the tweet. Facebook Gaming warms up, because there's probably about 30 seconds you have to wait for it to fetch the data, and it does its thing. And then let's go ahead and get Facebook notifications to YouTube notifications, push notifications on Instagram. I really like that picture. It's really amazing. I like it a lot. It just looks like salty Gek. I can only imagine just like cracking up with that picture, because like me looking up at like the Gek and the Gek just looking so pissed off. It's just like, where you been, Mac? And I'm just like, Polo's pissed. You know, as I've been absent. Alright, cool. Now everything's live. Facebook's Gaming's live. Hardware BBQ. I did go to sleep, actually. I fell asleep. I was going to do this way earlier at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I slept for 8 hours, and it was a rarity. And now here I am after I ate and came down to some patch notes. So welcome. You just joined right at the right time, because we're about to play the game. The game has begun. Oh, wait a minute. Where did I begin? Right here, 52 hours versus 16 hours. The most recent saves are over here. Yeah, this game's one of my like soft heart favorites. Like if I could never have any game else to play, I probably would want to play something different than this. I'm not gonna lie, but like if I was left with this as the only thing, it's like, well, at least it's No Man's Sky. If I have a community of people to stream with it, I'll be happy somewhat. It's like one of those games that is really cool. It takes a second to load in now. It seems like. You mean, are you breathing right? What's going on with this? You're a minute and a half live and you're taking a second to post them. Alright, thermal protection has followed. Cool, and I see some people already popping in on Twitch side. Welcome. This is an audio friendly one, so I'll be saying hi to everyone and being able to communicate. Let's get a little toasty right here as I wait for the notification on Facebook Gaming to catch up so I can view the live chat so I don't miss anyone. Since it's a growing market. There it is. Fine. Alright. Go ahead and go inside here. And then we'll get the show on the road. So, hello everyone. How are you doing? Thanks for choosing to stop this bar. I see it lively up in the hall. Yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and share. Neato. Alright, cool. There I am. I'm just a viewer right there. But as that being said, I know it was really cool. How was like catching up with your girl, Willard? I know that's where we left off last time. I love the Iron Man suit that I got. Yeah. Oh, I was flopping ships. That's where I was last time. I finally got this one. I was so happy. Check it out. The Ness ship. Her name is Bessie. She's a beautiful girl. From far away. But I've been wanting to find more. I think I can scan them. I think that was what I learned last time. Someone told me that. Alright, sea shuttle. You see yourself somewhere else, sir. Please don't be like some kind of plus. No! No, 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 no! What were you? What were you? Damn it. No, I'll never know. I just left it next to the sea hussy. Oh, look at that. It's a satellite with solar power. It's very eco-friendly. See ya later, alligator. Be warned, it's very funky. It's a bee. It's not that good. Oh, ouchies is what I remember. Anytime I've ever been in pain and like someone's made me laugh, it's like I appreciate that, but it's like crap. That hurt. It's one of those weird sensations in life. What's going down? I see some people popping in on Facebook side. How you doing? Damn. Okay, we might have to like just go to a different area. 'Cause this is where I left off last time, where I was hunting for better ships. I wanted to find an exotic. There's a difference. It's just like an S class. It's just like completely on the top of this game. I have enough money right now. I can flop it over. I like how they give you the counter now, like with the events. It's very, very helpful. Faceline's cool. Worth a lot. Values. Whoa! I think your value went up a little bit. It appreciated. Yeah, it's collectors. Alright, I'll give it like a few more seconds to see if I can see another B7. See, I thought that would at least be worth something different. That one is expected, but that one, that you'd be at least a B class. A bound. Now that's cool looking. It looks a little exotic. Okay, that's an A class. That's why. Very classy. Versus this thing, I'm gonna laugh if that's like literally what I'm looking before. That's another A-class. It's like a bigger satellite. It has like the solar ad, so you know you never have to charge that lithium battery. You detect everything and it never gets stranded. Oh, here comes this little ship. Odd looking grasshopper, like B-class. Alright. We'll give this like 5 minutes. If I can't find the ship that I want, then we'll go ahead and get out of here. At better points. Plus, I'm gonna have to like find probably materials to survive. I'm assuming that my exosuit is going to need some life support. Yeah, definitely gonna have to craft something or think of something pretty soon, rather. Actually, 5 minutes is a long time. Let's go ahead and go craft out. This will be. I'm just gonna hate myself if I like miss like something where I should have looked over. Alright, that's a B. Alright, let's go ahead and just jump in my new vehicle, my new whip. What was that all about? Like it teleported me right in front of that. That's odd. Where's that heartbeat building? That building. Wait a minute. Is this like some cold, icy point of a glitch? Is this game good? It depends on your definition of good. But Alfred, welcome on Facebook Gaming Side. Cheers for joining. No Man's Sky is a game that was never really released right, and I think it never got its game in time. But like you know, sometimes you do get glitches like this that I like. But for the price it is now and the way that they're updating and they're paying attention from Hello Games, I think it is worth it. And to support this game and maybe see where it goes from here, it can only get better because they've done so low staffing. You know, the creatures that Sean Murray obviously have crafted right here. It's a little randomness. I mean, the real question is, do you really like space exploring? That's what you need to ask yourself. If you're like some like Danger Will Robinson moments and like walking around and finding like elements of survival and trying to mine stuff and glitches, do you like glitches? These are the questions you're going to have to ask yourself. Let's see here. When are you going to play Fortnite or PUBG? If it's a fan favorite request, I know a lot of people have been trying to nudge me towards Fortnite. And I mean in IRL, not just like viewer-wise. Like people have suggested on viewer-wise, but I mean in IRL, people have like kind of like, dude, what are you going to play? What's going down? Linus, how are you, sir? Hopefully everything's been really good. I know for you, this is really early. You're like, oh my gosh, Max on like a decent hour on like YouTube. But everything looks like it's coming in pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the window of OBS on my computer. I am just definitely not digging the it almost seems like it's about to twig out. Hold on, let me set this up real quick. I just don't need it to crash right now. It's never crashed, and this is not a reason to start it right now. But yeah, I might play it maybe like with a few friends that are like in work, and I know what is it, Technical Genius and a few other people that reached out to me like, hey, you know, we're gonna play it. So it's like I might just do that as a community event if it's like really popular with people that want it. But I usually Breath Edge PC. I'll have to look into that. You give me a lot of good suggestions. Harbor BBQ on like YouTube Live, and I appreciate that. Luminous AGR, how you doing, man? Like, how's life? As we search around for oxygen to breathe. Captain Log. Desolate planet. Elements. Shoddy at best. We'll mine what we can and get out of here. I feel like Kirk. That should be like a thing that they have in here. You just have to flip out like Motorola looking like predecessor to all cell phones. That thing is really crazy. I do like how the icon now have changed a lot. I like the mapping up and point, the northwest, all that stuff. Yeah, those. They're just like part of like the OS now. It's really cool. Well, I mean, I wasn't meaning to like use the laser and shoot at the same time I rose, but apparently I did. Russell, cheers for sharing like the video. Appreciate you, brother. Whoa! Those are some unique looking like. What's going down, Taurus? How you been, man? On Facebook Gaming side. This is really beautiful. They almost look like something you'd see in like Game of Thrones, like some like epic wood that grows out of crystals. It could even protect against dragon's breath. Like some George R.R. Martin, you know, like invention from his head or some shit. They're really cool looking. That's what I'm getting at. It's all the only thing I'm getting rid of. Alright, so let's see this rock right here. I'm assuming I need to scan that. Oh, nice, dude. Willer, I'm glad that's the reality for you now. Alright. On. Whoa. Seems like everyone's pretty peaceful here because they're probably just trying to keep warm, so they're all just like moving around. They're like, there's no time to attack. Although there's got to be some apex predators. I can't be the only one here. Very nice. Stock up on that. Right now we're just in an oxygen run. It's a necessity to living. And then we'll go back and see if like there's some more ships that I can get. I'm hoping I might be able to luck out because this is the system you want to get like more ships. And like I think the better I get my exotic and start building it now, the more I can start branching out and doing other stuff outside of it. Nothing much. Don't know what else to play after no more Spider-Man. Well, I have a variety of games that I play, and since I platinum a bit, I'm waiting for New Game Plus to come out to play it. But I do know the feeling of like playing that game. It's really hard to go to anything else. You just have this really craving for just getting back and web slinging and beating crime and wanting more missions. Really just wanting more missions. Like, oh my gosh, I crave the missions. The game's amazing. But I wanted to shift gears, and then after this stream, I'll be going to Tomb Raider. So I'm really excited to finally dig my heels into that story because I always loved the way they craft it, and a few of my YouTube community members were really excited about it, so I want to try to get to that too. So I'm just, juggling, waiting on the new COD. Yeah, a lot of people are. Actually, a lot of people are super excited about that. A lot of my coworkers are like, get it, and I'm like, oh man, like I want to, but I have Red Dead Redemption and all these other games that I need to play, and these games I need to beat, so it's something on the list. It definitely is. Like kind of experience. Okay, now what am I looking at? Oh, blah blah blah. You would do a lot better, computer, if you just didn't nag as much. Ooh, they definitely did fix that. My gosh. Either there's low gravity. Alright, ready? Iron suit active. Why didn't you do a full recharge on that? This is going to hurt once it boosts up because I'm going to have about half a tank to save my ass. Oh, there we go. Half tank. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse right there. Oopsie. Alright, we should probably get to our ship. Though I do really like how like the haze of the crystal components of it. We need to use titanium. Don't worry, computer. You're not going to become a frozen battery. And don't worry, if you do, an explorer can find you later on. And, by that time, obviously, I would no longer be there. But you'd still be alive. They could thaw you out a little bit. Worst thing comes to worst, they just, oh, see, we have time to take in the trees. We always got time to take in. Like, look at that. They're beautiful, like, redwood. Now, what I can do in a really quick hurry, you can always do this. I used to do this a lot. You do have to make sure that, A, they're not depleted in order for this to work. So let's go ahead and use some sodium, apparently. Oh, sodium? Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't make sense. Oh, it went to shields. I didn't want you to go to shields. I wanted you to go to terrain masterment. Yeah, I used to use this all the time. Just burrow. I'm gonna wait out a storm. It's really sweet down here. Get down to a nice little calm and cold in the area. There we go. Oh, did we go into a cave? Holy crap. That was magical. We literally just burrowed ourselves into a cave. Okay, I guess we might as well explore it. It's magical. What was that? Laser set to stun. Turn on the light. I don't trust this place. It's like freaking me out here, man. Nice and easy. Study these. Tomb Raider is amazing. Like, I like it for like a story continuation, like in that for the next installment to keep the series alive for Square Enix. Gameplay compared to the last two kind of feels like the weakest one that they've had to the table so far. The mechanics are, I feel like they leave a lot to desire, and they haven't patched it yet, so it makes me wonder if they've shifted gears already, because like majority of times you have to look at like the showcasing of games, that a lot of the developing power comes from when they're getting the project off the ground. Patch notes and other things come into play later on with a very minimal point of staff in order to do it. So it's like they could have already shifted gears to another game that they're working on, especially with Square Enix being so vis-a-vis low staffed. It's the point of just like having I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of like updates from them, because I mean the game itself, it functions, but there are some issues, and especially for it to be like a day one no patch, and then almost like a week later no patch. So I'm kind of wondering where they're going with the game, and how many people are going to be like part of the development team as the game matures. Now it could be early on, and again, I don't bad dogs like the series, because I like the series a lot, so who knows where the future might go. But I'm like digging the story. It kind of opened up to this whole apocalypto kind of like feel to it. But like Mel Gibson's gonna come out of here and be like, oh, like, all right, Road Warrior, get out of here. It was all part of him. He's the master evil genius. You definitely look a lot more granulated. Like that looked like really good graphically. Why, hello there, little bugger. Oop, I need to analyze that. That is money. Knowledge is power in this game. It really is. How interesting. It's like a rock-style tree. Oh, that's sodium. I might as well snag that up right now. I totally forgot about that. The bugged unknown base. That's great. I come back to 2 updates later. I should have like covered 1.59, and there's still going to be a 1.61 because of that. Or because of stuff like that. That's hilarious. That's why I like gameplay after patch notes. It's like, did it fail? Did it work? Like, yeah, you can't grade No Man's Sky like that. It's in a league of its own. It fails while succeeding. It's just a really, really magical thing. It's like snakes on a plane. Ryan, what's going down on YouTube side when this catches up? Seems like I got to the sodium part, so that's probably about 40 seconds from now. Well, 30 now by the time I stop talking. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to our base point. I want to see if we can get a better ship than this. But, to be fair though, this is a pretty sweet ship to have. It is all random by luck. We should probably try to get some missions done too. Oh dear gosh, I just decided to do some landscape work right there too. Besides the landscape work, we should do some missions. Like, I haven't really done too many missions inside of here. Like in the more newer story progression lines of No Man's Sky. I feel like it's about that time. We got a pretty cool ship. I do need to develop some stuff though. Newer technologies are needing, like development. Oh, I wish I could connect the hyperdrive. Like, can I unlock that? Like, can I just destroy this hyperdrive and make it like? Ooh, I can. Can I move it? I mean, that'd be so cool if you can move that around. Like, I think that would be a useful functionality of them on the update side. They gave us some immovable points and remove those, because when you slap those into place and connect them with other jumping points, it increases certain stats. So it's like having stuff like this. Now I can remove that, but again, it's gonna be fruitless because it has the thruster that's blocking it. So I would really need to want to try to like develop something that would work on that. But for right now, let's go ahead and see what I need to do to craft some of the upgrades to my drives. There we go. Now we might need to go back to one of my bases in order to make this happen. Oh, well, we have the technology pieces, and all I need is like the top one. If I remember correct, is might be iridium, maybe? No, emerald, cadmium, almanite. Yeah, this one's like the basic one's the baby one. I think it is the iridium. Iridium can take you everywhere. So we need to go to Emerald Planet to go collect a whole bunch of emerald. Or make the cadmium. Alright, let's go to the space station and get back to my base. I might have already stockaded some of that stuff. And we need to bring this cup up to speed. Now hopefully some pirates will try to come at us so I can beat their ass with this new ship. I've never flown this in space. This is my first trip with it. I'm gonna call her gosh, what Gladys. This is Gladys. It looks like a Gladys, right? You know, because it drives the speed limit. It's very respectable. It reports stuff. It does not stand for pirates at all. That ain't Gladys' game. Damn, look at that. Gladys just redirected. I was about to hit the wall. She's like, nope. Autopilot. Got you. Good job, Gladys. I don't want a 10 on this. I can save that. I want you to retain your value, girl. Dark by design. How are you? No, I haven't. Like, I saw the update went live for console about, like, I want to say, geez, I know I had that message been beeping on there, like 2 days ago, and I really hadn't been faithful to the community. I was, like, doing a lot of, Spider-Man work. So I just jumped back into it, covered a little bit of the patch notes, and noticed they have, like, so much stuff that's really cool on there. It's cool that they critique the PC now. So it's like if you are on PC and Steam, you can unlock the experimental points of like No Man's Sky. Whoa, what are you? You look like you're worth. Ow, rats! You did look like you were worth money. I'm sorry. I'm like on the hunt for an exotic, Dark by Design. Like right now I have finally got my S class, but oh, that is the. If I can find a ship that's like an S-class that looks like a Buzz Lightyear theme, I will theme my character like Buzz Lightyear. Even though that's been done, that'd just be cool to have a ship that looked like it too. Like super uber themed. Like it was meant to be. That you were meant to be Buzz. And like roleplay that around the universe. Alright, let me go ahead and get my backpack if I haven't already. I don't know if I stopped at this. Yeah, that was good. So let's go ahead and get to the warp over here. Once I get over there, I should be able to go back to my base, and I think I stockaded some emerald. Not, then I'm just going to have to build, hopefully, something that I had from cadmium. I know I stored cadmium at least. Help me. Please let my past self be future self's happiness right now. I know that was a lot of freaking time revenable points, but let's see what bases we have. Filters, space station, my bases. So, I have a few actually. Let's see what happens here. This is my main base where everyone kind of congregates. And this would have the lockers that I would have everything stored at. The other one's like my lost ancient like freaking temple. It's like the Raiders of the Last Ark type situation. Oh, you scum. I'm assuming that's a game actually. My bad. Dark by Daylight, I just read that. I thought it was like some function on like freaking like No Man's Sky. I'm assuming that that is a game because that's like a one cap, like a title. I'll have to check it out. Like, what's it about? If you don't mind like sharing some details if you're still there. Oh, stretch a little bit and get some water. Thirsty. Taurus, what are my thoughts on Uncharted on Facebook Gaming side? Like, I think it's an amazing series. I loved it. The first one that I ever played, I fell in love with it. Nathan Drake as a character is beautiful. I like how they've been doing fan like YouTube things with Nathan Drake, which I think is hilarious. With Nathan Fillion being the actor of it, like so it's like they've come a long far way. And Naughty Dog's an amazing gameplay company. It's like anything from like The Last of Us. It's gold. It's so good. They're good gaming companies too. They don't charge just for bullshit DLCs, so they're true to their community. Oh, like a little fun factoid today. I don't know if anyone happened to know, but I happened to get an envelope, and I was like, "What the hell is in the envelope?" And like, some random like company sent me a pen with like my gaming company name on it, and I was just like, "Whoa, that's cool." I didn't know like other companies recognize me as like a game company, like or some kind of like company or something like that, and I was just like, "Sweet." Apparently now, M7 stream, it says on the pen. Thought that was really freaking cool. I just like looked down, I saw the pen. Uh-oh, I spawned in backwards. Alright, let's look at my locker. What I got here. A lot of stored parts, but not a lot of cadmium. That's not good. Oh, really? No, damn it. Hold on real fast. Sorry. Rude? I'm trying to target Docked by Design, you freaking parasitable rat kangaroo. That's a zebra somehow chameleonized. Everyone saw that, right? It died and it turned like a zebra color print. That was really magically interesting. DayZ is like an amazing game, and Days Gone has been a game that I kind of want to get into a situation. Kind of. Taurus on Facebook Gaming side. I wouldn't really compare the two series mechanically wise, but both being like a Indiana Jones style character that finds loot around the world, absolutely, they're very similar characters. It's a very interesting question that like dabbles upon like the borderline of two different like it's a duality of an answer with the situation. So let's see here. If you go back on chat boards, I see Willer had one right there. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, bro. I'm doing really good, actually. Everything's just warming up really well. So, but I'll have to check that out, Dark. Like, Scum. If it's something like DayZ and has to deal with zombies, I probably would really like it a lot. Let's see here. What do I have in the playing field of storage boxes? I need cadmium. I had to have stored that somewhere. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to call my ship somewhere. My base is like built really broken. Oh, this is the monolith that I bugged out. It's still there. I buried it myself. Sometimes in like Foggy Island nights, you can see it floating. Seriously, you really can. It's crazy. I've created like some monstrosity of glitches on there. Jason game? Do you mean like Friday the 13th the game by Gunsmith? That's been out for like a year or so? Or the one that's like coming out, like they're releasing finally in disc format? Because I got the collector's edition coming to me because I want that mask and I love the game. The game's amazing, really good. I like doing like cause or like roleplay on there. It's really easy. The last character that I did like one episode was like Ezra Fable, I think was the character I made. He was just a camp counselor trying to like, you know, calm down Jason. And I actually did convince one person not to kill Jason. It was really funny. I was like hilariously entertained by that. I don't think I have cadmium. Well, rats. That's not good. Okay, so let me check my backup backpack. My cargo backpack. Yikes. Okay, we need to search for copper, and we need to search for copper right now. Hey, Bonnie. How you doing? Alrighty. We gotta go to every single planet again to get these drives. And then I can delete one. As long as I have the iridium drive, I'm fine. This is what I get for upgrading. Though I do think I have, some situational points of like a... Wait a minute. I think I went to these planets. I think I might... Oh, hold on. I need a teleporter. I think I have one on my base. I think if I go back to the map system, I might be able to return to the iridium points that I already have access to within the boundaries of travel. But I think I can time travel to these situational points. Let's see here. Bases, stations, all. Okay, here we go. What do you have? How can I tell if they're rare? Beta. Other players' bases, filters, all. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna have to go down the list. Our current system. That's another one where it's got missionable points on it. Return to life form. Go to this one. I'm just gonna go down the list. I'm doing quite alright. So let's see, is this the system that I'm wanting? Oh right, I can't use the chop 2 running on this mode. Alright, let's go ahead and let the Geeky Gek talk. Interesting. Guess we have to take off in order to access the galactic map. Alright, Nito. Portal. Nice. I don't think this would be the station that we would be looking for though. Oh right, some of these like areas that I travel to that are at the iridium points. I don't think I can travel that. Yeah, it requires an emerald drive, and I don't have that. Rats! Alright, screw it. Let's just get copper. We're just gonna go up the step ladder. It'll probably take me same amount of time journeying to these places that don't, because I don't think any of them had space stations that I went to for the career. Crapola. Fluent. That's a really good galactic point to get great missions in an S class. Alright, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and crash into, I guess, out of the galactic map and leave. Got copper and pure ferrite, so that's already going to be an interesting mix. We might see some like very cool, weird looking stuff on this next planet. There's gotta be like some kind of really cool freaking like copper like resource, right? Like I feel like I'm hunting for like nothing on this barren planet. It says it had it, and it also said that it had pure ferrite, so I'm wondering where that might be. Oh, I have a Rosetta Stone outlet over there. Alright, if we have a better chance of checking our luck over there. This is barren. Seems like all the resources have been worked over the years of just being tilled. The dead planet. Let's get off here. That's got copper, has a frosted crystals. There's a lot of things I could utilize on there. Let's hope for better luck with this planet. The other one seemed very desolate. I was hoping I could break it like karate chop with a stampede blade. Didn't happen. The most part of this isn't because Barren is the other place. Not having a fun time finding material I needed. Copper's a rare substance. I swear, on like any planet anywhere besides our planet, which we have an abundant stuff here. Well, at least. Actually, I'm going to have to inevitably come past like a freaking quarry of this stuff. Come on, I'm like fishing for nothing here. Go to the unknown base and see if that one's a glitch too. Very technology, very nice. That's what I'm looking for. These cobalt, copper. Oh, cool. And this isn't bugged out at all. Well, I should probably grab these just for the near future, so in case the thermal protection doesn't hold up, I have this as backup. Oh, great. Oxygen, too. This is a nice little pathway we're going towards this copper deposit. This is well worth it. So I can't tell if that's more of it over there, or if that's just like some kind of sodium plant, maybe. Maybe it's a mirage. Next to this angry porcupine. That can swim, apparently. Oh, well, I can't go past this. Let's go to our train manipulator. Need to refill that. I think that might be enough. I just need to get back to the base, but at the same time too, I should probably pick up some more before I leave. Just so when I make the conversion, I'm gonna have to teleport over. I could search for copper on my planet, it does have that. I just don't want to have to go anywhere else afterwards. Just one shot. That's what I was looking for. Oh, so the pure ferrite's like almost like hardened snow deposits. That's so interesting that it forms on this planet. I've never seen it do that before. Like a super rock. Oh, interesting. Cobalt is not what I needed. Rats. Dioxide? Interesting. Copper, 720 away. Yeah, I'll go with the 20. That 720p in. think killing these things do give you oxygen. Uh-oh. Well, at least it was nice enough to let me know that. It's already negative right now. The minute that storm hits, it's going to be like very, very recommended to get indoors. Already see the visor starting to ice over. Oh, we're almost there. The deposit's there, and then the portal's right around the corner where I parked, right around the bend of that mountain, I believe. Okay, that's a lot farther than I thought it was going to be, but we can just summon it. Not even that big of a deal. Oh, I have a ton of that. I'm gonna put that to use. That's weird, it's like bugging out. Huh, I've never had issues with that. Oh well. Maybe there's going to be future patches. Damn Skippy. I was about to say. Oh, it's like an ice creature, like a jellyfish of some sort, swims through the storm. I like saw that out of the corner of the frozen visor. I was like, what the frizzle? Well, I'm glad the storm's clearing. I have plenty of space. So yeah, I have plenty of copper now. That should be good enough. Oh, no worries, man. Welcome back, Willer. Space station, we can warp our way away. No more. Let's go back to the game of the base. All my refineries are there, which I don't think I have. Do I have a portable on me? I might. Yeah, I do actually. I can just craft this and we can go to the next station right here. I haven't used the one warp drive we've lost. I don't know if I can hook down the refiner instead of the space station. We're about to find out though. Perfect. No, you can't. shizzle. We gotta go back to the planet. Crap. Back to the barren planet. We won't be bothered there, at least. It'll be pretty sweet. Man, why is it so difficult for the land there? You hear that? The barrenness?
Technology recharge.
Your ghostly howl. That is really creepy that they added that. Space house. Alrighty. I still haven't decided what I want for dinner. Alright, 33%. Guess we can go hunting for oxygen right there. Whoa! Gravity is not what it seems to be here. Yeah, this is a low gravity planet. CC 2%. Rats. So we just have to wait a little longer. What's that over there?
Critical damage taken.
Blah blah blah. Barren planet my ass. Trick. Not messing with that thing. Now at least. Everywhere. He jumps so high in the air. Imagine if you had one of the blue plants. You would go for ridiculous, especially if you jumped and then hit it. Like you would jump already in an initiative point of like the inertia of jumping off the ground. Alright, let's go ahead and rock another flip over. I know I have more copper. There we go. This one won't be as long though. And while we're at it, we might as well organize my situation. Oh, I have ion batteries too. I need to start using those. Those are great defensors. Oh, that was pretty fast. Just enough that way we can craft our drive and go to the next planet, start harvesting, flip over, just start the train of how I can make this possible. Plus, I'm gonna need that anyways for warp drives, so I'm overstocking. All right, on Brandon Year, thank you so much, brother. Thanks for joining in. Let's go ahead and move this back to our exosuit, and then I'm gonna move this to the top of the suit. Fish bubbles of likes, I love it. A lot of people like that on Facebook Gaming too. I noticed that. It's pretty cool though. Alright, I need to pick this up. This is coming with me. Now that I have that crafted, let's go back to my ship. Oh, I'm off by one. By one. You gotta be Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. The graphical sound was elite. Get to that space station. Once I get to the space station, then I should be able to craft a home. And then at my home, I should be able to find my own resources that are there. I thought I stored cadmium, a whole bunch of it. Maybe I sold the stockade over. Oh, that was weird. It's like I got an absence of sound there for a second on the game. There it is. I was like, wait. I know it's around here somewhere. Man, PlayStation 4 sounds like it's really trying to produce this game. It's just kind of insanity if you think about it. Because I have other games that are so much more decadent in gameplay and other functionalities, and it sort of excels. For instance, Spider-Man. I've never heard it like that loud before. It's taking so long to, like, it used to be so short. Okay, so they've been doing some tuning for the last era of gaming. It doesn't seem like they did bad. It seems like it's definitely made a lot of improvements, but it has its own notational points. It seems like there will be an inevitable other patch. I can kind of sense that for sure. Whoa! I feel like we're in like a limbo. This is not good. Damn. Look at my player. Thank goodness there's a copper deposit over here. after I get this copper though and then build that drive, I'm probably gonna let the system like sit down. I don't know if 1.6 is safe. Like, I don't know. It seems like they did some like things to the system, but it is. I can like the system sounds like a jet right now. I wish people could hear that. Like you could definitely hear it probably on like Twitch and like YouTube's or side no and Facebook gaming side no because I have gates that block those for audio wise. So only hears my voice primarily. But that thing is super loud. That's so ridiculous. That's not normal. I'm just saying. Now we get out of here before the narc police. Even though it's my planet, they'll still get all pissy. I know I wanted to do missions, but now the system's quiet, but that was so... Why? Why are you picky and choosy when you want to, like, make the CPU, like, almost collapse into itself like some, like, black hole of, like, processing power? The sound's making me want to look around and defend myself. "34 seconds and we will have exactly what we need to craft the drive." So, with that being said, thank you everyone for staying tuned for watching the patch notes and the brief gameplay. Definitely seems like they're going to be needing some gameplay improvements, so 1.61 will be something I'll be happily able to cover as the future of this game continues. And I will have to look into Scum. Thanks for recommending that dark bed design on YouTube side. So everyone that stayed tuned and like definitely jumped into this, I thank you so much. But once we craft this last drive, I'm definitely going to be bouncing out after this. But if you're new, you can definitely hit that follow button. If you're on Facebook gaming side, you can always hit that situational point of what you can do to get notified when I go live, which is pretty much always a notification bell and a basically follow or subscribe. Like, I want everyone's money. Watch me, that's all. Well, I mean, I want the 1%'s money. That's fun. Alright, and there we go. The Birth of a Cat drive is on there. So, jump out, it saves. And that's where I'm going to end it. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you guys and gals in a little bit. We will be back for Tomb Raider, and that's going to be a really, really fun one.